Welcome to another episode of Elevate Your Brand. I'm Chris Anderson. Today, I'm going to break down how to crush your morning routine. If you haven't listened to Monday's episode, I interviewed Toby Oliver, and he's the author of Rise and Shine: How to Transform Your Life Morning by Morning. And on that episode, we dove into the importance of morning routines, how to better approach your morning routines, and how to be successful with your morning routines through his SHINE acronym. So if you haven't tuned in that one or listened to it, go check it out. He had some great valuable insight and direction on morning routines to help you out. But now I just wanted to kind of break that down from my perspective and give you the 4 tips to really crush your morning routine. So the first thing is you've got to just understand and figure out what works best for you. Not every morning routine works best the same for everyone else. Some people like to get up in the morning and work out and they do meditation or ice baths or read. Some people like to get up and just slowly get the day started, take care of themselves, do what they need to do, and then take that next step. Some people like to get straight into work. So you've got to understand your schedule, your life, your routines, and what fits best for you in your mornings. Now, I'm not saying if you don't work out in the morning that you're not going to be successful. But you do need to prioritize your health. So you do need to make sure you schedule time to work out, to have some silent time to meditate, to read, to think. If you're not doing it in the morning, just make sure it's in your schedule somewhere. Again, this is why knowing yourself and knowing what works best for you is so important. And that's the first. The second is, especially if you're trying to get up early, make that choice, decide, be excited, and not, I hope I get up. I hope I start my morning off this way. You've got to make the choice and then make it easier for yourself. So say you're trying to get up 30 minutes earlier, an hour earlier to get your day started a certain way. Help yourself out by maybe it's putting your alarm across the room. So you have to get out of bed, take some steps, wake up just to shut off the alarm. Sometimes you just got to pump yourself up the night before and be excited for the next day. Whatever it is to help yourself get ready for that next morning is what you need to do. But you've got to make the choice. You've got to decide that's what you're going to do, whether it be getting up early or changing that first habit of the day. You've got to make the choice. That's the second tip to crush your morning routine. The third thing you have to do to crush your morning routine is stay consistent. It takes time to create a habit and be successful with it. And so you've got to stay consistent and continue your morning routine over and over, no matter what. Do your best. There's going to be times that you're not going to be able to stick to it, and that happens. We get sick. We have special events happen, things like that. But if you can stick to it super closely and do that for over an extended period of time, that's going to be so beneficial, and it's going to be easier and easier to stick to that morning routine. And you can also maybe, if you have a spouse or a loved one or a roommate or something, get them on board. Tell them what you're doing in your morning, why you're doing it, why it's important to you, and just ask them to encourage you. They don't have to scold you if you don't do it, but just say, hey, if I do this, if I get up, can you just give me some encouragement? It can help me move forward. It's never bad to get encouragement. And so tying them in, they can help you, encourage you, especially the night before, even to continue on and stay consistent in that morning routine. And the last, and probably one of the most important things you can do to crush your morning routine is focus on your nighttime routine the night before. So what we do the night before dictates how we're going to be able to wake up and how we're going to crush our morning routine. If you're on your phone super late at night, right before your head hits the pillow, it's going to mess up your sleep. It's going to change your sleep pattern, which in turn is going to make you not want to get up earlier. It's going to make you not want to really get up at all because you're not going to get well rested. Cut that phone off at a certain time. Cut eating and drinking off at a certain time so your body can digest, so you can sleep properly. Cut off the caffeine if you're doing it throughout the day, like I find myself doing some days, at a certain time. That way it doesn't affect your sleep patterns. Have a nighttime routine where you wind down, where you let your mind relax and let go of all the tasks that you've had to do throughout the day or what's coming up. Just let it go. Write down, physically write down what are things coming up so you can get them out of your head. Ideas that are in your head, write them down. Maybe read or do something that winds your mind down so you can sleep well. Maybe it's yoga. Maybe it's stretching some. Maybe it's just laying on your back with your feet elevated to take some pressure off your blood flow to your heart, just to relax. Whatever it is, start the night before, and that's going to really propel you forward to crush your morning routine. Now, morning routines, again, it's different for everybody. And so we've got to understand that. And we've got to figure out, like I mentioned earlier, what is the best morning routine for you and it can change. So my morning routine for a while was getting up at 3 or 4 in the morning, working out, meditating, reading, journaling, and then getting into work by 6 o'clock and working until the afternoon and being done in the afternoon. Then we had our son and that changed everything. So then I had to reevaluate my morning routine. Not going to be getting up at 3 or 4 anymore because I'm not getting into bed as soon. So getting up around 6 or 5, even on a good day, to then what was I going to do? I had to figure out what his schedule was going to be. So my schedule is getting up, taking care of our animals, getting some coffee, and then going to start to work. And then I work until he wakes up. And then I go take care of him and get to spend time with him. And then when he naps, I'll work again until he wakes up. And with that, getting into that routine and understanding my morning routine now is trying to get as much done I can at the beginning of the day before he wakes up so I can spend time with him and get things done. That was huge. Being able to shift and have the agility to do that. But you've got to figure out what works in your situation with your schedule, with your lifestyle. But you're going to have to make some sacrifices too. Maybe you're not going to be able to go out and party anymore like you're doing with friends or even hanging out with friends. Maybe you're not going to be able to watch Netflix or movies all night until midnight. Maybe you need to set boundaries in some of these areas that are causing you not to get successful morning and morning routine down. So you've got to be honest with yourself. What's holding you back? Because at the end of the day, it all comes down to us. We can't have any excuses. It's on us. And so we have to take the steps and we have to take the action that's needed to make a difference, to grow, to become more successful, whatever that looks like in your definition. But it starts with you. I hope these 4 ways to crush your morning routine can help you get in a better morning routine and feel better, be more productive, get more things done, and continue to elevate yourself every day so you can elevate your brand and elevate others. Until next time, keep moving forward.